Hey guys, welcome back to Cinematic Venom. This is a lot more serious than what I'm used to making. This was just something I thought I should do. It's obviously, as you can see from the title, this is a trailer reaction, but it's very different to the trailer reactions I do. And it's a cause that I want to bring a lot more attention to. I'm here to support Corey Feldman. And for those of you who don't know, I mean, I met Corey nearly a decade ago in London at a comic book convention, and since then I have said some not too flattering things about him, and it became like a running joke on this channel. And since then I have apologized. I fully support Corey Feldman, and I think what he's doing is amazing. And I think he's an incredible person. If you're unsure what I'm talking about, I'd just like to clarify that I don't know all this story. I don't know about this entire case. I'm still learning. So Corey, if on the slim chance you do see this, I'm sorry if I get any details wrong. And again, I am really sorry for the past. Corey Feldman was a huge child star in the 80s and early 90s. He was best friends with the late, great Corey Haim. They were basically a double act, the two Coreys, and they grew up together, and then unfortunately they suffered drug abuse. Corey Feldman became clean. I believe Corey Haim sadly lost his life due to the substance abuse. At some point, Feldman came out and claimed that they were both sexually abused as children. I believe it was around the time Feldman starred in Stand By Me and that it began. And again, I might get this wrong. I don't think he's ever explicitly said the names of the producers that had done this. These are people on the set of the films that he starred in. He also claimed that Corey Haim was a victim, and I believe River Phoenix. Before his death, I believe Corey Haim wanted Feldman to make sure the truth became public. Feldman claims that they were both basically passed around and sexually abused, as they were these huge icons, and it was these people who actually introduced drugs into their lives. Corey Feldman now has a documentary that's coming out, revealing the graphic details and the names of the people who had done this. Again, I'm sorry if he has said the names and I've just not been in the loop. Feldman has received a lot of support, but a lot of criticism. Some people thinking he withheld information and he's now using this documentary to revitalize his own career for his own self-worth. I'd like to clarify, I do not believe that. I fully support Feldman, and I think any sexual abuse story should be looked into. I don't believe in... Unfortunately, some people do make false claims, but in case they're true, you still should look into absolutely every sexual abuse allegation there is. I do believe Corey Feldman and Corey Haim's stories. You know, growing up in the 80s and 90s, it was damn near impossible to have not been exposed to the two Coreys, or at least one of them. I grew up with the Lost Boys, and there was Stand By Me, The Goonies, Gremlins, you know, Friday the 13th. So I was very much more on the Corey Feldman fan train than Haim, but these kids were everywhere. This trailer is only 1 minute and 29 seconds. I've heard it's very difficult to watch. Please go check it out, and I'm going to ask you to tweet Corey Feldman your support. We need a hashtag or something. With the recent Johnny Depp stuff, there was hashtag justice for Johnny Depp. Can we get hashtag justice for the two Coreys? Can we get that trending? I mean, I only have a small YouTube channel. This is 12,000 subscribers, so I'm not probably going to do, any huge difference. But just tweet Corey Feldman. Tell him Cinematic Venom sent you. Just try to show your support. And we're just going to try to watch this. Keyword being try.
We talked about the 911 call and your interpretation of that 911 call, okay? I want to play it. You could hit play on this, okay? If you've heard the whole thing or what, just hit play whenever you're ready.
See, this is one thing. I hate to pause it already, but the fact that people are saying Feldman's using this for his own self-worth, this is exactly why abuse victims don't speak out, and I hate it. Like, people try to speak out about mental health, for instance, depression, and people always say begging for attention. And people try to speak out about sexual abuse, and they say the same. They're doing it for attention. They're doing it to get famous. They're doing it for themselves. That's not how it should be. These could be real claims. Just look. And it's always, why did they wait so long? Because they're scared, because they think that you're not going to believe them. And then when they do tell the story, you prove them right. You don't believe them.
Tell me who raped Corey Haim.
So basically, the movie is being screened one time. I believe Corey is scared for his own safety. I think he's basically on lockdown at his house with extra security because of this. And I don't blame him. So it's being screened March the 9th. The time zones are there. You can get tickets. Please buy tickets and watch this. I'm just going to... What does this say? In 2007, on a show called The Two Coreys, Haim and Feldman first opened up publicly about the abuse they endured as children in the industry. Shortly after the show's finale, in a private conversation off camera, Feldman made Haim a promise that if Haim were to die first, Feldman would find a way to get his whole story exposed and would try to bring both of their abusers to justice. Feldman first wrote a book to honor that promise. Choreography became a New York Times best-selling title, but due to legal worries, the publisher demanded that the names were changed to protect the alleged abusers. After a decade of attempting various ways of getting his truth told, Corey spent the last 3 years using his own money to finance this timely film of the utmost importance so that he could finally get his story told the way he intended to tell it, uncut, uncensored, unedited, and raw. Corey Feldman's Truth, The Rape of Two Coreys, is directed by Brian Herzlinger and will include first-time interviews with many of the people who actually grew up with the Coreys and had to bear witness to the extreme pain and pressures they endured. Featuring interviews with co-stars Keith Coogan, Jameson Newlander, Susie Feldman, and the late Christoph St. John in his final words, speaking openly about the topic of child abuse in Hollywood. The film also includes current stories of abuse, including a rare interview with former Disney TV star Ricky Garcia, who recently filed charges against his own manager and his former agent from APA in Hollywood. This revealing documentary will be a world's first in the unique way it is being presented. My Truth will be presented as a streaming live global pay-per-view premiere event and will mark the first time in history that a documentary film is being presented only once and with the capability of the entire world watching at the same time. Corey chose this method so nobody could twist the story in their own way before the viewing audience has a chance to see My Truth for themselves and make their own decisions about what really happened. It will also create a brand new way for independent artists and filmmakers to get their visions out to a wide audience without the traditional studio and network roadblocks. If this experiment works, the way we release films could change forever. You can see, in the clip, how emotional it was getting him. And I just wanted to do this to show my support. And although my channel is quite small, just even if I only get 12,000 eyes on it, that's still 12,000 more eyes. So I hope this does something for you, Corey.